Wow. Thank you to that wonderful Fingal creator called Arjun.
No, Arjun, I think.
Okay, we'll keep the soft J.
Arjun.
Yeah.
Arjun. Thank you and welcome to the Hat Chat Podcast, episode 138. We are your hosts. I am Chris Trott.
Hi, Chris Trott. I am Ross Hornby.
I'm Alex Smith.
Oh, and we are here. We have product in our hair, and we are ready to go today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. What do you use?
I use grease from the night before.
What do you mean grease from the night before?
I just don't shower.
Oh. How does that work out?
Fine.
I feel like I have to shower sometimes. It just doesn't, because the product doesn't go.
I don't put
shower
product in my hair.
frequently.
Just don't put product.
You don't put any product in.
I need a haircut.
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, but
I've tried that before and it didn't work for me.
Okay for longer hairstyles, I think. It works like for yours, which is long.
It's too long now.
I think you need to put that shape back into it. When you had it cut last time, it was really good.
Yeah, it's just it's been too long. That's all.
Just need to
shave a
cut it out
zigzag
again.
into the back.
I might do that.
Shave an eyebrow, for fuck's sake. Put a line in that brow.
2 lines.
I might
2 lines
shape.
in one brow.
Well, what does 2 lines mean?
Doesn't mean anything.
There's code. No, there's definitely
There's no
code.
code.
One is for one, 2
There's
is for
no
something
code.
else.
There was no code.
What if I cut in a negative eyebrow into the sides of my hair? So it's like the shape of an eyebrow just in the
Why
sides
don't you
of
add
my
a
hair.
nose brow? I think
Nose brow.
That'd be
over the
dope.
bridge of the nose, you add a little hairy...
But you can't, there's no hair there. He's not adding hair.
You
He's
should
just
add one.
shaving around his existing hair to create a brow.
Don't cause
Yeah.
limitations. You can add...
Ear brows.
You could add a nose brow.
Using what?
It goes over
Like
the cheeks.
Gum. What's that gum?
Spirit gum.
Spirit gum
gum.
and a sprinkling of your own pubic hair.
Sounds like a lot of effort. This is why I
You
don't
too can
use
have a
product.
nose brow.
You two can have a nose brow at home and enjoy it. And everyone will be like, what's that weird hairy line across the middle of your face? And you're like, it's my nose brow. Get with the trends. Fucking prick.
Spirit gum and pubic hair.
Yeah, it's spirit gum. Here you go. I'm always taking it around with me. And a little bag of sprinkled
I just need
pubes.
to go to the powder room. I gotta touch up my...
I gotta add some more pubes.
Don't worry, I brought my own from home. Oh, ran out. Top up.
Shit, I'm running out. Has anybody got any pubes?
You got any nail scissors?
Anyone got bush? Collecting it all. It's not a recommended way to do things, but I'd like to see it. So I've not seen a nose brow before, and we could be a trend setter.
We certainly could.
At least 3 or 4 people out of the thousands that may see it. Good luck to you.
What was happening?
It's fine. Let's carry on.
We're okay.
Today we've got hypotheticals as voted on by our wonderful members,
Of course.
patrons,
Yep.
Twitch subscribers. They all conglomerate together and vote democratically in our Discord, which you can go to discord.gg/hatfilms.
I think someone's been rigging the votes.
You think so?
I think they've been counting ballots illegally. We're counting these ballots by hand, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, good.
Do we call them Hat Films loyalists? Is that something we should start?
I don't know.
I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think that's right.
I mean, but yes, ultra loyalists.
The Hat Films Ultras. Sounds bad.
Doesn't sound good at all.
Sounds really bad. You don't have to be an ultra. Okay. Okay.
Anyway, the hypotheticals that have been both provided by our members and voted on by our members are as follows. Number 1.
Number 1 is from Murphy. Not my dog.
Not your dog, no.
I assume it's
Can't read or write or type on a
I have
computer.
put him in front of a computer before to see what would happen.
What did he do?
Nothing.
You didn't think he'd be Murphy the gaming dog?
He's not going to game.
He's
I mean,
not.
unless you create maybe Dance Mat he could probably use.
Dance mat. We can't use a dance mat.
Yeah, they're difficult.
Not
to
in a
use.
good way, but he can touch the buttons.
Right.
What about like a?
He's not going to use a controller though,
What about
is he?
VR? What about a stick of Vive on his
Imagine
head?
a VR.
Honestly, that would
Do you
be
reckon
quite
that's
the...
been done?
Whoa. Well, yeah, probably. But like, what feedback are you getting from the dog?
Also, the lenses.
You put it on there and then
the
they just go,
lenses are
take
very
off and
much
go, what
not
do you
in
think,
the
mate?
right place. Like,
yeah, what on
dog's
earth?
eyes.
Yeah,
Capillary distance.
yeah, they're closer together. But like, you're not going to get any feedback from you. They'll just be like, the fuck
Well,
did
not
just
unless
do? I
you
just
train
saw
it with the
blurry."
buttons thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and then you
"That
stick the
was
wands to their
fucking
feet."
crazy.
Blew my mind.
Again. No, I don't think they would respond, which is
Just food.
food. Oh, it's just...
Food.
Oh, right, that's what he wants, food. Of
He's
course.
not interested in
Here you go,
VR
mate.
anymore.
Here's a bit of food.
Food. I
God,
want
they
food.
really are just toddlers.
They are, and they don't grow up beyond that.
Simple boy. Anyway, Murphy has sent this one in saying, if you had to choose one song/sound to play loud enough for everyone to hear every time you entered a room, anything from a public toilet to a concert hall, what song would you choose for the other guys and why? For each other, I guess. So
every time you open a door, be it a public
Yeah.
place, a toilet.
it just makes me think of
Whatever.
Prop Hunt. Remember Prop Hunt and all the annoying fucking sounds and
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just like those were annoying.
Okay,
And, like, every time
Chris
they would
Trott,
watch-
I want the "I'm Horny" song by Basement Jacks. Yeah.
I'm horny.
Was it Moose? That was Moose T.
It was Moose T. I'm
Moose
horny
T,
by
I'm
Mace.
horny. Yeah.
Right, that's
I'm horny. All right, Trott. All
Hi,
right, Trott.
doctor.
We can all
Sorry
hear
about
it.
that.
Everyone
goes to funerals. You know, like walks into like the room.
Guys,
I would get
I'm not
everywhere
turning
early
up.
before.
I'm horny. I gotta let the song play.
I'm guessing it plays just the once as you enter.
It's the whole fucking tune.
If you leave the room and come
Sorry,
back in again, it's
everyone.
going to go off.
Sorry, I'm
So-
late. Sorry, I'm late.
The limitations on your life are drastic.
Yeah.
Get on an airplane. I'm horny.
Yeah.
Don't open the door. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, any kind of appointment.
Bombs over
You're
Baghdad?
horny.
Every
Into
time you get on a
supermarket. Bombs over Baghdad is not ideal.
Ride of the Valkyries.
But something crazy, offensive could be quite funny
Yeah.
to put like
Anything by
Paris.
Oh, who's the rapper that's like the guy that's just, even when I'm squashing the beef, I ain't touching your ham. Guy.
Oh, well, the guy.
DMX.
Oh, DMX.
Any DMX song would be
DMX.
probably highly
Yeah.
inappropriate.
X
Could
gonna
be-
give it to you. Is not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. Again, it's just It's,
Fuck the pain away by Peaches. Fuck the pain away. Fuck the pain away. All right, guys.
What about?
Does it has to be. It could be a sound. It could be like an air raid siren.
All right, Hitler's last speech
My God,
Last speech.
that's just one of
for
his,
Ross.
or like an empowering speech that he's made once in front of tens of thousands
Just
of people.
yelling German.
You just and I'm like, I just honestly just let it play out. I think it's 45 minutes long, so
Just
it's only a
so you know,
30-minute trip.
It
So
does
I'm on a
end
bus.
with a bunch of people hiling.
Yeah. Ignore it, guys. Just listen past it. Just white noise that. It's not.
It's just sat there, just
Yeah.
trying to look low key.
Yeah. I know what you can hear. We're all hearing it.
This happens
Just
every
ignore
time. I'm sorry, it wasn't my choice.
I wouldn't
I'm
go
guessing
anywhere.
this is
I
going to
wouldn't
be
go anywhere
like
if that was the case.
ultra, like high fidelity, right? So just gunshots would be quite funny. Just a huge
open
gunfire
fire.
as
Just
you walk into a room. Everyone just dives for cover.
What about an orgy?
Yeah.
Just a,
Which would you rather? Which would you
an
rather?
enthusiastic orgy starts playing.
Yeah.
Whenever you move it, well,
Yeah.
right.
Where's that
So
coming
that,
from?
or like just a gunfight every time you move. Which would you rather? Which
Well,
reaction
the
would you rather
gunfight's
deal
going to
with?
cause a lot of fear. The
Problems.
orgy
yeah.
thing is just going to make people think that you're watching porn. Which I think is less than the fear.
I think you could get one up on it though. You open a door and you're like, "What are you watching?" Because you're entering the room, right?
I was just thinking this. It doesn't necessarily have to gravitate from you. It could just be
It's
happening
just in
around
it's
you.
in the room.
Yeah, it emanates.
Everyone in the room can hear it.
So
That's
you get
what-
really good at
Yeah.
redirecting
Yeah,
every time you walk in.
That
You're
wasn't me.
horny. That's disgusting.
yeah.
it'd certainly make you question, stepping through any threshold. Just because.
You want to just come outside?
Yeah.
You want to step out? I don't go.
I don't wanna go in
I
there.
actually don't want to listen to the orgy again. It was. I can't keep listening to it.
You purposely
would,
build your house
probably.
with no doors. Your front door is like a portcullis around a corner, so it sort of stays.
Yeah. There are no doors.
No doors
In my-
here.
No doors. We don't do
Because I'm
doors
assuming
here.
that seems to be the key. It says entering a room, so they're
Oh
different
my
rooms.
Oh,
god.
any room you enter.
It just says any room.
doesn't
you
need a
enter.
door. So
Doesn't
We have to
mention doors.
dismantle
You live
what it
outside
is
now.
to be in a room.
just
Yeah.
live outside.
No rooms.
You're gonna have to be a vagrant. Maybe
Does
that's
it,
why
doesn't,
people.
does it count?
live
Does a tent count as a
Suggesting
room?
all nomads
They're affected by curses.
are affected by this curse.
Yeah.
Does the tent count as a room?
Yeah.
Tent.
Come into
Yeah.
my room.
Ah,
That's what I'd say if you want.
It's
to come
temporary
into my
structure. I
tent.
don't think it counts.
Yeah.
But then again,
But
it's
the
a
moment you get in
caravan.
that tent, the orgy starts playing. You're like,
Technically, a shed
is only a
temporary
one-man.
structure.
don't get any ideas.
Impossible. It can't be real. What? A temporary what?
A shed is temporary as well. Would you consider that a room?
Dog is temporary, mate. Not just for Christmas.
We're really trying to unfold the rules
not a room.
here,
It's
but
not just for Christmas.
it is about the sound.
What about a summer house? You consider that roomed?
Hmm?
I'm just saying about this whole temporary
What if
structure
the sound
thing.
was
Bullshit.
just like gross, like shitting?
A guy just
For you,
clearing
I'm
them
just
out.
going to have it so it just like sounds like you've just dropped your guts, but like loads of times,
What about?
and then like, so it's just you can't explain that. You entered the room and that's only just started happening. Obviously, there's no smell because it's just a sound. But we're all looking at you and judging you.
I'd be hungry.
I think for
You'd be
Smith,
hungry after the farting sounds.
Does that not make you hungry?
What farting sounds? No.
Weird.
No.
Makes me hungry. I'm
That's
hungry.
Makes me horny.
I'm horny.
Oh, Trott's just ended.
There he is.
Moose T
He's
himself.
fucking shitting himself. Horny comes in and then the orgy starts.
Farts, orgies, and I'm horny.
Wow, we got to the bottom of that.
My
hypothetical.
milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Damn right, it's better than yours, and I'm like.
What if it's just a bunch of like horrific kind of, racial words that just follow you?
Jesus Christ, the blacklist
You
of
wouldn't want
Twitch.
that. Yeah, the worst words you could possibly just start reading out as you go into a room. Like, honestly, I didn't choose this. Someone fucking chose this for me.
Read by Stephen Fry.
Read by Stephen Fry. Wow. God, you got him to read it. You can use AI now to do anything. You seen Drake's got AI songs out?
Is he releasing them himself?
He's not releasing them.
Somebody else is.
Someone's just taken a snapshot of his voice.
What about every time you entered, it did a timestamp readout of every time you masturbated in the last month?
Well, that's a different technology. That's a different power. Because
but
that's not just a sound.
reading
That's
out.
not only is it catalogued there.
Monday, 2:42 p.m.
Yeah.
He masturbated in the toilet.
Monday, 2:48 p.m. Back in the
Masturbation.
toilet.
He was back in the toilet. Monday, 2:53 p.m. Wow, that's quick work.
Forgot
Okay.
my phone.
You got that choice, Smith, that one that I just suggested, or a big klaxon goes off saying, "Warning, paedophile entering."
Wow, that's fucked. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Warning.
Ignore it, everyone. Ignore the alarm.
It's not
Not real.
You wouldn't go anywhere.
I'm cursed.
You'd enter one room and kill yourself.
Warning.
Oh my
Pedophile
That's it.
entering.
I can't go anywhere. Either that or you turn every room. I don't know. They're all separate rooms. I'm trying to find loopholes. No, that would be pretty bad. So you're going for which sound are you going for?
What were my choices again?
Oh, you had the timestamp of every time you masturbated in the past month
Yeah.
read out.
Who's catalogued it?
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So part of the curse.
Sure. Okay.
Or orgy sounds, farting sounds, or gunfire.
Probably
The paedophile one, right?
not the pedophile one.
I feel like you'd be
Probably
happy
the
with
masturbation one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could just go, if you know you're going somewhere serious, like
It
a
would make
funeral,
you stop masturbating.
Just never masturbate.
It would
just
certainly
never do it.
Yeah. All right.
go celibate.
No,
Yeah,
what's that?
No fat.
Silence. That's right, guys.
yeah
I'm
fuck
still
you all.
pure.
Never touch it.
Everyone's just applauding.
Yeah.
R/no fat.
Unless it catalogues all the way back to like earliest times.
Well, it's
Starts
going to be a lot of talking.
Yeah.
It just
There's
reads
It's
out.
going to be a lot of bloody things to read out.
Wait till it gets to 2008.
May 1st, 1991.
Oh my god.
You're 3.
What?
You're 3 years old.
Worrying. That's worrying that's happening.
Attempted masturbation.
Wasn't sure what was going on.
May
Had a curious
1992.
Fucking hell.
5 years
4.
old. Start 'em young.
That's
No.
4.
That's what my old grandpa used to say.
That's terrible.
Different time, wasn't it?
Outing
Different time.
your
Jimmy
grandpa.
Savile was lauded as a national hero back then. Anything was going. Jim Davidson, the stuff Jim Davidson said was funny.
Wow.
You know? Different
it, though?
time. Well, I don't know. I don't actually know. All I knew him was Big Break.
Generation game.
Big Break, I knew him on. Was he on
Both.
Big Break?
Yeah, and Generation Game, yeah. That's what I knew
Alright,
it from.
Let's all be on before my time. I was too
It's like
busy,
no
too busy
evidence.
trying to nut. You know? At that age.
Trying to.
So that's that hypothetical.
Yeah.
I think we thoroughly covered that one.
Thanks, Murphy, for that one. We've established
Thanks.
that
It moved away from songs very
there's
quickly.
going to be an orgy playing every time. How
Imperial
long is the orgy? We
March.
don't know, but it's going to sound hot or kind of horrible, sweaty. It's going to sound sweaty.
It's going to be embarrassing. It's not a positive thing. It's not like a fanfare, is
Just
it?
walk into the pub and an orgy plays.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, here he is. Whee, orgy. I think no.
May 1st, 1990.
Masturbated for
Only
6 minutes and 13 seconds.
Age 2.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. Oh my god. Okay, well the second one here is from Hal. Am I saying this right? Bowring.
I don't know.
Bowring. If you were to see that word,
Bowring.
Yeah.
Bowing.
Bowring?
Bowering.
Bowring.
God, I'm so bad with names. We
Bowring.
read names all the time.
Well,
with
it's
Twitch
just
and stuff.
English,
It's just
isn't
that
it? It could be
can't-
Bowering, it could be Bowring.
Okay, well that is Hal. Thanks, Hal. And they've sent in, what if all life is in a computer? Like, not a simulation. We all just live in a really big Dell. What? Like we're shrunken down, but we're inside
Living on circuitry. and shit.
Adele. Not Adele.
I was thinking about something today, and it's kind of related to that.
What, being inside Adele?
Not Adele.
The singer.
Adele's the same age as us.
Rolling
Yeah,
in
I
the-
thought Adele was older than us.
She's the same age as us.
She's the same age as us.
God, I've achieved nothing.
Yeah, well, there's that.
No, of course. I'm not saying I couldn't even possibly try and compete with
Yeah.
Adele.
Adele.
Well, no, you just...
No, but I
You're
can
not-
climb inside one.
Yeah, you can climb inside a giant
Dell.
Dell. I was feeding some worms I had today.
Yeah.
I've been feeding
You were
these
feeding
worms.
worms?
I bought some worms, some
Okay.
mealworms for my lizards.
And you're fattening the worms up.
And they were kind of shitty looking, yeah. Sometimes I buy them from shops. Sometimes I order them online. Quite a lot I order them online. They come a lot better.
Earthworms, or they come?
No, they're mealworms.
They come better online.
We've eaten them because, they're dried mealworms sometimes. Yes.
Tasty.
Yummy. Very
Yes,
tasty.
the online order, they come direct from like a bug farm. And they're really good, really fresh, really high quality.
Yeah.
He's-
So
You
they,
go- you
do they
go to-
employ bug catchers?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes they get out and they have to employ bug chasers.
Good.
Oh, nightmare.
Brilliant.
But
Nice.
largely they're breeders.
Good. Love a breeder. Fucking hell.
So sometimes they get the worms from pet stores and stuff like that, and they're usually pretty shit because they've been in there for days. They haven't been fed properly. They haven't been given like water. The bugs need everything right to become good bugs, so
They're
they can
dirty.
be eaten and pass that on to the lizards. So I've been feeding up these bugs I bought from a pet shop because they were shit. And just before I pull them out of the tub that they've been in, living this horrible life, they've now been fed food, they've got fat and enjoyed it. I drop them into my lizard's tank, and at least for the chameleons one, actually this is more for the locusts than the mealworms. Mealworms go in a tray, but the locusts that go through the same process, they hop around in this fucking utopian existence for a minute, right? Like everything in my chameleon's tank is like alive, and like the locusts are like, whoa, shit, probably.
You reckon? That's
They're
what
like,
they're
this
thinking.
is insane. We've been
Yeah.
living in a plastic tub our whole lives, and now we're in this amazing place.
Yeah.
Just so they can be then eaten by a more complex species.
What's that?
Right.
It's not a leaf.
But like,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
isn't this like the
I don't know
kind of the free range element of life? You've given it a free range moment where it's like, oh, I've
Like a
enjoyed.
minute.
Yes, but what
Wow,
I'm
this
saying
is
is,
amazing, but I'm going to get eaten.
is this just the point where us humans go, oh, look at all this, before when we die, we get devoured by a higher species of another dimensional plane, right? So imagine there's a chameleon in the room,
But we're not being chased and eaten.
Also, I feel like we've had more than like
a fair
a
amount.
minute of our life.
Yeah, but it's just that's contextual. Time,
It's
experience of
contextual,
time
sure.
is based on a lot of
Yeah.
things. But I mean, what I'm saying is, what if there's a chameleon, a sort of interdimensional chameleon, ready to like eat us at the end of our lives, and there isn't we think we've come to heaven, or we think we've gone to some nirvana-like place, but in reality, that's just the moment before something bigger eats us in a different plane of existence.
Holy shit. Like
So-
the Matrix.
Yeah, what if this is kind of a big Dell we're in? I'm not going to say simulation. It's an actual large Dell.
Yeah.
The computer that we've been living in, and we're like, this is great. I love living inside a sort of late 90s Dell that has both the computer and the monitor
All
integrated
cities
into
had little
one unit.
circuits.
It's the world's a circuit.
We're just dust.
We're all binary. We're all just like electronic impulses going along a circuit
don't be
board
all
of existence, right? And then you realize we're all just inside this Dell, so a large French monster can come along and eat the Dell like Muzzy.
No, I think someone's just running like a Bitcoin farm on it or something like that.
Yeah, it
like
could be
really
really simple.
mundane. We're just in a Dell that's just been like server farmed.
We're just
rendering.
the energy. So we're the organic computer components of a much bigger.
We're like
thing.
the mold that's grown on the graphics card or something.
Does mold grow on graphics cards?
It can do
Can it?
when a Dell is the size
Well,
of
multiple
a planet.
Dell slimmed down though,
Positives.
huh?
Sorry,
He was talking about Dell.
Dell did slim down.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Congratulations.
if all of
Dell.
our life is in a Dell,
Yeah.
then I think there's the potential for logic to go out the window a little bit and there to be a bit of
Yeah.
mold on the graphics card.
Yeah, there is some mold. What's the mold represent in your metaphor?
Us.
We're the mold.
We're the mold.
But we're also living in the Dell.
Yeah, we're annoyed. We're an annoying substance that shouldn't be in the Dell.
Yeah.
Right.
That has
Well, that's like just
formed
saying that
life.
we're the bacteria on this planet, like
Exactly.
everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen those little kind of tiny little creatures, well, obviously microscopic little bugs that are like fucking on our faces.
Yeah.
That's funny, isn't it?
That's pretty hot.
It's an
So
interesting idea.
this is
Tiny
something.
little
You know,
fucking
but-
Do you
bacteria.
get red blotchiness on your face? Do you get red blotchiness on your face?
Occasionally from time
This
to
is a
time.
really useful bit of information that was given to me
Sugars,
by a
right?
magical German doctor. It
Is
is
it
the
like-
sugars.
Why is he
power
magical?
slapping.
What
Because
magic
he
can he
was-
perform?
It's called locum doctoring. In
Oh,
the
wow.
National Health Service, locum doctoring is when you're a GP, you basically go around different GPs, like in the country.
It's a Roma.
Just do like, yeah.
The
you-
travelling
you do
doctor.
You do short stints at different GPs.
Does he have a
depending
little
on-
trailer with curtains on it?
Yeah, and he had like this big tooth on a spring.
Yeah. I know the
like,
guy.
he was an amazing doctor. He like told it exact. I asked him questions and he gave me precise answers that were without emotion. Like, you know, like literally like a chat. Like
he
I
knows
felt like
what's
I was
going
talking to Chat GPT, but the G stands for German. Anyway, this guy was great. His name was Wolfgang. And,
Holy shit. Wolfgang, the nomadic doctor.
Yeah.
Magical.
The
He's
locum
got
doctor.
magic.
And I was getting all this red like blotchiness on my face, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, it's probably like eczema or something because I've had eczema in the past. I thought it could have been like psoriasis, whatever. Because again, all these things run in my family.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to use a very mild steroidal cream on my face, which isn't a good idea because you've got thin skin on your face, and so it thins the skin very quickly. Turns out, well, the real problem was yeast on my face. So you got yeast all over your skin.
Oh, you got face fucked.
You got yeast. Yeah, I got fucked by Hovis. But then you got yeast all over your skin. If you get blotchy skin, try an antifungal, because if you eat a lot of sugar, that comes up, you know, through your skin, through your pores, and the yeast on your skin feeds on that sugar. So if you're eating too much sugar, and I noticed I got blotchier the more sugar I ate. So if you're eating lots of sugar, the yeast can actually access that sugar and
use it
bloom
as a
and
source.
grow, exactly, and then that irritates your skin.
Right.
So you need to keep it under control. So try antifungal creams. You can get ones for like thrush that will work.
Yeah,
you go,
I was
thrush
basically
cream
going
all
to say
over
you
your
got thrush in your face.
Well, it's just a yeast imbalance.
It's definitely not from eating sugar.
But it is.
But
But,
it's
but
not
I
just
asked the
eating
doctor,
sugar,
I
it's
said,
also
what do
like
I have to do
carbs,
to
right?
stop this from happening? Yeah, and exactly.
Stop entering yourself into
He's like,
bukkake contests.
stop eating sugar and stop eating cum.
Yeah. So
No.
there's an awful amount of cum. Is this what you're talking about? This cum on your
It's all
face?
blocked up in your tear ducts.
Yeah.
I thought it would help, Doc.
Yeah.
They said it's good for your skin. It's all protein.
Come on. But anyway, it's because of sugars of any form, and they can be in carbohydrates. And I said, but what about that banana in my porridge? He's like, in any form. And
Nice.
spat all over me
Wolfgang's
like,
very blunt, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Any
did.
form.
And he even left it on my little like thing. He's like told patient that he should avoid sugar in all forms in capitals.
It's
Just
impossible.
avoid it. Full stop.
It's hard to do.
It's
isn't
impossible in this day and age where everything's
It's got
laced with
some
sugar.
form of sugar. And also, that sugars can be good for you.
It? Well, I just need to
Doesn't-
accept I'm going to have less than ideal skin. Then that's the thing. It's like if you want perfect skin,
No, you just find the
avoiding
next
sugar is
miracle cream.
So, yeah, have less sugar.
Yeah.
The current
It's like-
miracle cream is retinol.
well, yeah. It's not a cream though, is it? It's like
It is.
it irritates the shit out of your skin.
Yeah, you gotta warm your skin up to it.
Yeah, that feels bad to me. I've
Nah.
had a bit of retinol on my skin, and it's not a fun experience.
Well, you gotta get used to it.
I don't want to get used to pain.
You don't. What's the point?
Yeah, but
The
you'll
pain
get
goes
used to it.
away. Your skin get used to it. Try
not-
retinol, mate.
Why?
Change your life.
Are you using retinol?
Yeah.
You're not, are you? You're not.
No.
There's no fucking point.
I am using retinol. a
The
little bit.
sun does way more damage than retinol can repair. You need to be wearing fucking 50 SPF every day. That's the
I am
actual
wearing
truth.
that every day.
Are you?
What
Okay.
about replacement skin?
Sure, that's not just cum.
What about
Oh,
putting like
yeah,
a replacement face.
Huh?
Having a
Yeah, let's
like
just
a
grow
layer
our
of skin
own.
that you can just put over your face, and
Yeah.
that's like a
Like,
face.
use a
it's like
Billy
face
Bear Ham
mask.
A
placeholder.
second face.
Second face.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
We're onto something.
Or Leatherface.
Leatherface.
Is
Yeah.
it Leatherface? Yeah.
That's from
you
that,
could
isn't it?
basically have one of those, but your own face, 3D printed,
Yeah.
and you put it on there, and it protects your
A
face.
face holder.
underneath. A face holder. We can brand it up. Patent
Face-
pending. Face holders.
They're a placeholder for your face.
Exactly.
Swap it out when you're done.
And then you can also
Yeah.
just make it look better, slightly.
You could customize it.
You
Leopard
can-
print.
Yeah, suddenly things are a little more symmetrical. So your eyes behind are slightly. Okay, they're actually. It's off,
like
but
a-
it's not off.
This is
You
like a
got-
shitty practical effects
Yeah.
version of what they thought up on Black Mirror. You know when they
Yeah.
had the daughter on? Oh no, Years and Years. You've seen Years and Years, right? It's where they
Yes, I
track
have, yeah.
a family through like time jumps in the
Yeah.
UK. It's really quite good. It's very Black Mirror-y. But in it, one of the children has like.
Wait, is
one
it
of-
real?
It's
It's a TV
it's a TV
show.
It's a TV show. So like.
Oh, so they don't like follow a life.
No, but they have the same characters every 10 years in the UK. Really good. Years and Years is what it's called. It's very Black Mirror-like. And anyway, in one of it, the kid has like this digital holographic face that goes over their own face that they just prefer to use most of the time. And I thought that was a really clever and
Like an
insightful thing. It's
avatar.
almost like it's like a physical manifestation of filters almost. You
Yeah.
know, like
Or like a personal VTuber. You're
exactly.
a V person.
Yeah,
Does
exactly.
that make sense? What does the V stand for? Virtual.
Virtual, I think so.
It wouldn't be virtual then, it'd be real. It'd be just a mask.
But it still is kind of virtual because there's a holographic projection.
It's not
over her
real, yeah.
face.
Oh, was it holographic?
Yeah, it was
I
like
thought-
she
I
wore
can't
this
remember
like
now.
device that would then put like this holographic thing like over the top of her
Did she have
face.
like this band that like went around and
Azana. I think
caused,
it
was
like,
the Azana
pain and
band.
real-
Yeah,
Azana
yeah.
band.
Is this a Channel 4 show?
Can't believe we had.
was-
It might have been Channel 4 years and years. It might be. Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the Azana band is obviously before its time. We had to pretend that it was fake. And it was a joke because they realized the
Such
technology
good
was
acting,
too
though.
powerful. And then they had to make the TV show really garbage to put people off the scent.
Yeah, because it's like, fuck, this could ruin
Yeah.
society.
And that's why the TV show
Ah.
seemed like it only had 2 weeks pre and post production.
Lol. Our video was better than that whole series.
Would you wear a device that caused you physical pain in a game?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you think that'll make
you've
you
got
better
the
at the game?
haptic suits, haven't you?
Haptic's different though.
I think
A
it's
little
only, it
vibration's
would only
one
be
thing.
fun if everybody else was wearing one.
Yeah.
I think that's like if
You'd get better
Game Beyond
sooner.
offered like a full haptic environment where it's like 8v8.
This thing's gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
It's like wow.
You're gonna
one
feel
in
it
every
actually-
one in every
it's gonna
party of
actually
10 is
shoot
not going to
you.
make it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Real
love
games.
Game
like, imagine
Beyond.
a mill sim where it's like
Yeah.
full VR
Yeah.
in a warehouse, so you can actually roam around
Yeah.
with full haptic,
That would be
and like
cool.
you feel every grenade.
That would be so cool. And that's actually the kind of gaming future
You'd
I'm
want to
hoping
avoid
for.
it though. You'd be like scared and
Yeah.
shit.
Or you'd want to experience every painful death as part, like see what it's like.
Every death.
Just
Yeah.
to be like, well,
I think there's probably a
had
point
my
where your
head
brain
cut
just
off, I've been
accepts the pain
maced.
and you
I
die.
think it's probably just terror, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Dying in battle.
Oh,
is
everyone's got
probably just
PTSD from
scary.
this VR
Um,
experience.
But when you take it off, you've lived that, and therefore you feel better for it. It's like exposure. Is it
Yeah,
exposure
kind
therapy?
of is. Yeah, kind of is.
it's like the
You're
Rick
like,
and
I'm
Morty
really scared of
episode.
being beaten up in a medieval
Yeah.
battle,
Yeah.
and that's what's going to happen. You're
Yeah.
like, well, I faced my fear, and it wasn't.
And I'm
What's
terrified,
that?
and I've got real trauma from it now because it was so realistic. It's embedded as a real memory for me, and now I have to go through
Yeah, but then you
years
can
and
do
years
the.
of therapy.
If this exists, so does Eternal Sunshine, and that you can
You
just
just
remove
wipe the
parts of your
memory,
brain.
right,
It's
right,
fine. Even though that's
And is
extreme
this
brain
all
damage.
happening in the big Dell? Is all
This is
I
all happening in the Dell.
This is why we live in Adele.
This is to discuss these things.
I'd love to live in
Because we live,
Adele.
we live. In
I'd
a
roll
place
in the
that
deep.
Facilitates all of
He's-
this.
he's
He is
chasing
rolling in the
pavements.
deep.
Imagine walking outside Queen Square,
Hello?
taking
Sorry.
in the sky and everything lovely, and then you hear a massive clunking sound,
Yeah.
and the whole
The
sky
tray starts
shifts,
moving.
and the side of the Dell comes
Just
off,
take out. There's just a guy like looking in, like,
just peering in, and he
What the
comes
fuck's
in with a
happening
fucking
here?
Phillips.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't Phillips me. I'm just.
Oh,
God.
A washer just falls onto the
Yeah,
fucking
get
like,
down.
tire.
And it's a massive donut that wipes out Bristol. Insane.
And then he
That's-
accidentally static shocks the whole thing.
Ah,
Yeah.
Ah,
But this does give
Should've-
like
There goes the
borrowers
grid.
vibes rather than like
Simulation. Yeah, living inside Adele is very much borrowers.
it's very
vibes.
much just yeah.
Min pins, if you will.
Yeah.
Even smaller than borrowers.
well, those because you don't really get them anymore because they're so tiny. But you remember those little like cylindrical things that were on circuit boards, like the older ones.
Yeah, like capacitors.
transistors
aren't they? Or
and shit.
transistors. Yeah, yeah.
You don't get them as much because they're so tiny. But I'd love to live in one of those.
I imagine those are the
Like the
skyscrapers.
skyscrapers,
of our
yeah.
Time.
Have you seen the video of Bjork looking at circuitry?
She's
it's
just looking at it.
like little colours. Oh, everything's a city. I like to imagine myself walking around the electrics. That's what would.
That's how.
That's
it
our
would be.
hypothetical.
That would be what Bjork exists.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I don't need to imagine anymore.
I'm living in there.
I'm living in this little city.
If you were big-ified after
So bigified.
It'll be
you
enormous.
could then actually see the entire circle. I guess this is basically just if you could see the entire, results of the Big Bang.
the big Dell.
It would blow your mind.
It'd be too much.
To the point where, like, you'd be like, well, that's-
I hope to
that's
have my mind
mind-blowing.
blown. That
Do you
blown
want a
there.
mind blower?
Yes.
Do you want a mind blower
I
in
would
your life?
love a mind.
I like to be
blower.
crystal skulled before I die.
What does that mean?
You know what that means.
Well, they turn your skull into a crystal skull.
No. For Indiana Jones' Crystal Skull,
Oh shit.
right at the end, because it's a shit film, it doesn't matter about spoilers.
Oh yeah.
They have all the
You are
alien
coming.
knowledge put into that person. He's like, yes, I know every. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good way to go. That'd
Yeah.
be the best way to go. You'd get the greatest glimpse. Because I think for me, that's the most profound existential sadness I have is that I will not know everything. Or not get to fully grasp or understand, like, all of the things that
The ins
can
and outs
be
of the
known.
Dell.
Yeah, the ins and outs of the Dell, exactly. Like, where did the Dell come from?
Where's the RAM?
Who built the Dell? What will the Dell eventually become? Is there going to be another Dell?
What's the Dell used
Is this
for?
obsolete?
Yeah.
Does this have DX11? Like, is it using one of the old Acorn mouses? Does it have a ball mouse? Can it scroll without having to press the sidebar?
Oh my god.
All
All
of
These are
these
the
questions
that everyone's been asking.
Yeah. But I think that anyone would want a mind blower, right? Am I wrong?
By
there?
mind blower,
Is anyone so
something
happy
that
with their
something that
existence
could
that
like
they wouldn't-
open your mind to? Maybe we should try meditation and ayahuasca.
No, I don't want
Holy
ayahuasca.
shit.
I don't think I'd start with ayahuasca.
I thought you wanted a mind blower, man.
I would go for a
Let's blow our
psychedelic
minds with
therapy
psychedelic
trip.
drugs.
I don't think. I think it's dangerous
And then go
to do
swimming.
that.
Fuck. All right, yeah.
Let's
Go
drop
swimming.
several tabs of acid and go swimming, but in like choppy waters.
All right. Yeah.
I
On
think-
That's
I
gonna be
think-
the
I think
mind
there
blower.
was a-
That's gonna be the mind blower you didn't know you needed.
This feels
There
like
is a
Let's go
huge
stand
amount
on
of
top of a
risk
skyscraper on the edge.
involved just taking psychedelics for their
Mind blowers.
mind-blowing effect. I think it's very interesting to try it in a therapeutic environment. I wouldn't.
not in
want-
choppy waters.
Probably not.
Weird.
I mean, I might still do that. Honestly, if somebody offered me a tab of acid and were like,
Yeah, we're like, oh, well, we're on this oil rig. Let's go out onto that water down there. That looks really
Yeah.
nice, but it's not as stormy. And then it's like you just get immediately washed away, like you are lost at sea.
Yeah.
But that's an eye-opening
tripping.
experience.
What's your last experience as
It's
well?
an experience you didn't never
I
expect
feel
to have.
like having
You
doing
will die.
acid in the middle of the North Sea, you'd
Yes.
start to imagine sea monsters really quickly.
Yeah.
Like
Have you seen the videos of it at night and stuff? And they have like the shine of light and stuff, but it's just like horrifying.
It
I mean,
is,
obviously,
yeah.
the thalassophobia thing, sure, but
the
like
boiling dark sea. The sea is
Just-
incredibly, even now, even with all our technology, the sea is an incredibly intimidating thing. Definitely.
I think more so than having like a massive radical breakthrough in science or something that radically changes how we view reality. I think
Yeah.
the inward experience would be way more terrifying. The
Yeah.
ayahuasca mind blow
Yeah.
would be worse than finding out that we're living in a simulation.
Yeah.
or a trip to the bottom of the ocean.
Or
But inside a
go full James Cameron.
yeah.
I'd rather do it in a.
Do you think you would do that?
I'd rather do
But it
it.
has to be it's a one-man capsule.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'd do
Remember,
that.
have you seen the ones where they have those little cracks in it? Hang on, there's a crack on the window, and it's just they are just panicking because there shouldn't really be any cracks.
Or like the one.
I
there's some
don't
with
know.
the-
It was
yeah.
one of them. It was one of them where they were doing like a deep like wreck
Yeah.
dive or something,
Yeah.
and like they started to notice a little crack in the window, and they were just I was panicking a little bit. Like, oh,
Do they
I think
have, like,
something
a
coming through.
repair
Or,
kit?
Also, yeah, well, sort of. There's also what I've seen the same. It's those.
I can't remember what that is
those
from.
Little subs that have got the big glass circle,
Yeah.
spheres, right?
Yeah.
What with
So-
the arms on the outside?
Yeah, but it's all there's
Plus it's
two.
pressurized, and it's just
There's a research vessel that I think a lot of different companies can use. So I think the BBC's like done
Yeah.
some with
See
it.
him bombing around Titanic all the fucking time.
Yeah, fucking she's
Yeah.
down
Well,
there
it's
trying to
that
look for
fucking-
Jack.
Look for something else.
I don't need to know.
but-
I've scanned it. It's fine.
But
Yeah.
they were in, and I saw another clip of like these guys, and they're like, "Oh, a bit of water's coming in the back." And they're,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they're
they're just very calmly like, maybe
"Oh,
should we
where's
go
that
back
coming
up?
from?" And they're like, "Oh, it's getting a bit wet."
Oh yeah. I
Like-
think yeah. What the fuck?
I guess they don't have
that
to
was
worry
scary
about
as
the bends or
fuck.
anything. 'cause
No,
it's pressurized.
it's pressurized.
So they could go up.
Yeah, but it still takes like they still have to do it gradually because obviously the sphere itself is under
Getting
pressure.
crushed. Yeah.
So they don't want to like crash surface because it
would
might
crush.
Bring us up ASAP. It would just like crumble, and it would crush, or would it just like
expand. It would
expand? So
expand. But it's
open.
It's
and
like
then
material
the
stress.
moment something bursts in, they're dead.
You know when you pull something.
Go in one on your own.
yeah, I would. I
You're
would do
being
it.
lowered.
But they're designed for these environments. The true risk comes from when you're in an environment where, like, you're not
It's
designed
a homemade submarine.
to get hit by a Spa delivery van. You know, you're at much higher risk of stepping out over a curb tomorrow and getting killed by a Spa delivery van, or a Co-op delivery van, or other brands,
Why are
Um,
they delivery vans?
than you are getting killed diving to 2,000 meters in a custom-built submarine. Like
Right.
it's just risk, isn't it? It's just risk analysis.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be in a dangerous situation in equipment designed to handle that dangerous situation than to be in a moderate situation with no equipment designed whatsoever. You know,
Riddle me this, right?
I will riddle
So,
something from you.
Submarine glass,
Yeah.
lots of
caving.
oxygen inside, right?
There you go.
We've all been in primary school.
Sorry, what? Say that again.
The submarine is basically a sphere of oxygen, right?
Yes.
Encased in a hard shell.
So just okay.
We've all done primary school.
Yeah.
We've all had that
did it.
sink, right? With buoyancy, with like fun stuff to play in.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
go back that far?
Different shapes and stuff that you
And
can
you're like
see what's,
pushing things
what pushed down,
underwater,
what, doesn't.
what
Yeah.
floats, what doesn't.
Yeah.
You have that classic plastic ball
Yeah.
that's completely sealed, and you push it under, and then you're like, oh god, it takes a lot of energy to keep it under.
Yeah.
And then you let go, and it goes whoop,
Yeah.
and bobs up to the ceiling. Why don't submarines do that?
Compressed air, I think, is the answer. Why don't divers do that? All the air compressed in their tanks, and then obviously as you learnt in your diving, the further down the further down you go, the more air is required to keep you buoyant. So there's a point at which you can just drop into the darkness if you don't make sure that your buoyancy is correct, because of,
It's all
I
compressed.
can't remember the rule, but like essentially, it's because it's to do with the weight of the water. It's to do with the weight of the water. So the weight of the
Pushing it
water
down.
compresses.
Sounds like real science.
Sounds like real science, which we're not going to be good at.
I feel like I need to go back to the primary school way of thinking. Get a sink of water.
Yeah, there'll be a weight rig, I guess, but I'm guessing they do it all with pumps. They pump air into some form of
balance it.
buoyancy system. They pump air out.
Or let a little bit of air in
system.
through that crack.
Yeah, or they use
Just so it
water.
balances
Actually,
out.
they'll probably use water. So they'll allow water to pump into an area on the submarine, and then pump the water out again, and replace it with air.
This water's reaching our knees. I wish this pump system wasn't in the cockpit.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, we're still keeping their head above water. We need to drop fast. Oh god, I've been there. I've been there in like boats we flipped upside down and like swam around underneath, because you know how you can
Kayaking,
like do
yeah.
like the whole
kayaking,
like.
right.
No, I just mean at the seaside. Like we take like rubber boats and you like flip them upside down and create an air pocket.
Yeah.
And then if enough of you are holding onto it, you can drag it down under the water.
Yeah.
It
So you
pops
got
back up.
like a little thing, but it feels so stressful to be in this like
How long can you survive in that?
space.
Because like you're going to convert it all to
Air
carbon
carbon
dioxide.
dioxide
Yeah,
eventually.
very
Yeah,
And then you're going to have
not a long
real
time.
good
Wasn't there
time.
that shipwreck and there was just one dude in a little chamber because it was
Yeah.
a tiny,
Unbelievable.
and he was just alive, and then they expect everyone to be dead because most people were from one guy.
Just a guy
They
standing.
just found him.
alive.
He was like, hello.
Oh my
And he was just in
god.
there, just this kind of little chamber where he had a little like
Fuck.
portion of air, which
Fuck
probably wouldn't have
that.
lasted much longer. And then they had to like dive him out. Get him like some diving gear and shit.
Because if you start hyperventilating, right, it actually feels really nice. Like you get really spaced out and you're unable to save yourself. Like, you know, when the oxygen drops.
Oh,
in it.
narcolepsy.
Yeah.
That's no hyperventilating is just like
Narcolepsy, you know when
breathing
you fall
hard.
asleep
Yeah.
randomly?
Narcolepsy.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Where you just run out of air. And then,
Yeah.
You start going all like loopy and high.
yeah.
Like I remember the people doing a test.
That's nitrogen, actually. Yeah, you're thinking of. Sorry, there's differences, I think, between nitrogen causes narcolepsy, whilst carbon dioxide just asphyxiates you.
Yeah, but the level of asphyxiation means you
Yeah.
just like don't want to be like,
Yeah.
oh, put on the oxygen mask. You're just like, I'm fine. So you
I'm
just
good.
die all happy.
I'm super chilled. super.
So don't worry if the plane goes down, you'll be fine. You'll
don't,
feel fine
Don't
about
take
it.
the mask, is what you're saying.
Don't take the mask if you know it's
I don't think you'll
inevitably
feel
gonna
fine.
crash.
I don't think you'll feel fine. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, there'll be a point where you'll be like, this is all right. Anyway, on that horribly depressing note, there's a couple of funny news I've whacked in there
Oh,
that
shit,
have been
okay, let's
given
have a
to
look.
us by our audience. The titles are all there. Feel free to click on one.
Just having a look at what's here.
Hypoxia,
Mm.
that's what it's called.
Mm.
Let's have a. Oh, this one's returned. Okay, this is actually back in the news again. I don't even have that. Whoops. The GIMP has returned.
He's in court now.
Oh, they've been captured again, though.
Oh, they got
He was
captured
out.
again.
Yeah, so the
Ah.
GIMP, the Somerset GIMP, did briefly return.
Yeah, they've been unmasked and shakes head in court as they're accused of terrorizing village.
Is that them?
I am going to assume.
That's just the article
it?
writer.
Oh, fuck! It's taken to a different article.
Using the internet now sucks, doesn't it? Without an ad block.
Pop-ups get in the way when
Any
you're
web
about to,
page
when you're about to click on something.
is
Something else pops up.
awful.
All right, that's ruined
I'm
it.
so sick of how horrible it is to browse the internet without some form of
Well, I
block.
would like a browser to just be like, yeah, just accept all cookies. I don't give a fuck anymore. Which is obviously what it was before. But it's just like
Google
this has
Chrome's
become
getting rid of
so.
it next year, apparently.
Oh, really? Okay, nice. Man accused of terrorizing villagers wearing a shiny gimp suit and grabbing his crotch has appeared in court. Joshua Hunt, 31, is accused of 2 counts of affray and 1 count each of possession of a bladed article.
Holy
and
shit.
committing an act of outraging public decency. Would that not be indecency? Or outraging...
Outrage and public decency.
Sure.
The decency of the
Um,
public, which I don't think rings true either. I don't think the public are particularly decent.
No.
Compared to a gimp,
Um,
though.
There he is. I recognise that guy.
Is that a picture? That guy's 31?
You recognise
That's-
that guy.
That guy, there's
Yeah.
a picture of him, but I mean, I can't pop it up, unfortunately.
You
But
know Joshua Hunt.
I recognise him.
I wouldn't have said He's 31, but that's just me.
No, hard lives, aren't they? These people that have to work full working days.
He's just got unfortunate male pattern baldness.
Well, he's been running around as a gimp, which obviously I guess that
causes a lot of friction.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find him.
They
on
made a
Facebook.
name for themselves. Joshua Hunt, Gimp Man. Gimp
Any relation to
terrorizer.
Jeremy Hunt?
No idea.
Maybe.
What does it say here?
You checking your Facebook friend, Smith?
Yeah.
Joshua. There he is. I wonder why he went silent.
It is creepy though. The pictures of him like wandering around in. I mean, if you did see that, it would be.
Well, he had a
fucking-
bladed
we've-
implement. I
That's fucked.
didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that before.
He probably knew he was going to get assaulted by somebody, which you know
Right.
is only kind of
Right.
fair. I think I'd be okay with a gimp wandering around if I was allowed to, bash said gimp.
But that's what they want though, isn't it? That's what gets them off.
Is it? They want to
Probably.
be beaten.
I don't know. This guy was okay. It says here, he was gyrating against the floor, and some of what happened is captured on mobile phone. So he was just he was gyrating all over the floor. So remember that obviously the other one where he was gyrating in front of the two
Just,
people,
like,
and they were
covered
kind
in
of laughing at him.
Stuff.
Yeah, then they give him a cigarette after he wasn't being.
Something like that, yeah.
When he realised he wasn't scaring them.
The
I'm
fourth
sure it would
charge relates to a
unnerve
lock knife
people.
found in his vehicle after he was arrested. So he wasn't walking around with the knife. Not that means he wasn't.
He just had a car knife.
The classic classic
defensive
car knife.
I like the lead pipe personally, but just feels better in your hands.
But I think people should feel safer that this person has been detained in some way.
Yeah, well, now someone has to take the mantle because the Batman is a symbol, much like the Gimp. The Gimp is a symbol.
We've got to take on the gimp suit.
If you
Who's
take
gonna do
one
it?
head down, more heads
Three
will rise.
more will arise.
Yeah, 3 more
This is it. This
will
is the
arise.
moment.
We have to
We
take.
are assembling gimp team. What's our super team name?
We're going to gyrate harder than before. The gyrationists.
Super gimps.
Super
Gimps.
gimps. Meet the gimps that can't be stopped.
What about Bristol based? So Gert Gimp. Or
Gert
something
Gimp, we are legion.
Like we are one mind.
Well, when one gimp is taken down by the police, 3 more gimps will appear in his name.
And that is us.
They are everywhere. We took down 5 gimps. Now there's fucking... How many? You do the math. 15 gimps?
Jesus
Network
Christ.
of gimps.
We need to stop taking them down.
We just gotta let the gimps be. They'll fade away eventually.
We just got Zerg by fucking Gimps.
How many gimps did you arrest last week? 600 gimps. Jesus
Good God.
Christ.
You know how many's gonna come back? Fuck, man.
Gimpocalypse.
Call NATO.
Call NATO. Tell Ukraine we need the weapons back.
We need it back, man. Holy shit.
That's a gimp riding a leopard tank.
Where did he get that?
He's gyrating. He's using the barrel of his
God.
penis and blowing holes in buildings.
Fuck's sakes. Anyway,
There's a couple of. There was another story about a woman
The
surviving.
Imperial
wine.
March.
surviving a what?
Says an Australian woman survives on wine
Yes.
during 5 days stranded in the bush.
So it was sent to us
This
on the
is
premise that
hilarious.
this is
Yeah.
a real wine or cheese scenario, and she chose wine.
And survived.
Chose wine or just had wine? I mean, I
No,
feel like.
well,
I guess
apparently-
if she might have had cheese.
They weren't even. They didn't drink. So they had the wine. This person brought wine with them to a party as a gift. They themselves
right.
don't drink.
Right. Okay.
And so when they were trapped in the bush, their car broke down. They got lost. They had no signal. And they were stuck for 5 days without rescue. Eventually, a team of rescuers did find them. However, apparently, they only had 1 bottle of wine to survive on and some sweets in the car. Apparently,
Yeah. They were
So
eating
they-
eating sweets and drinking a single bottle of wine. 5
Like,
days.
Imagine you're so thirsty and the only thing to drink is fucking
More
red wine.
That's not
Warm red
It's
wine.
not a quencher, is it?
It's not.
a thirst quencher in that
You
sense.
have your cup of
Obviously,
red wine,
like,
then you get your fucking headache.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's only 1 bottle between what? How many? Just one.
One person. Apparently, the thing they said,
Ration it. You would ration
they
it.
had a glass of water, but what they really wanted was a cigarette. That's what they said. After 5 days of drinking nothing but a bottle of wine and eating sweets,
Just stressed.
the thing they were really gasping for. Apparently,
Water
one of
and
the
a cigarette,
rescuers
yeah.
had a cigarette, and she said, "Oh, thank God, I had a cigarette."
Oh my
Crazy.
God.
Yeah, but
That's impressive though to survive 5 days. It also must have been so hot as well. Jesus.
I can't
Christ.
imagine. Like, I would be drinking the water. I'd probably try and drink the water out my car radiator.
Ugh.
Like
Windscreen wiper fluid.
Oh God.
all sorts of stuff.
I'm not sure what would make. Yeah, I mean, maybe that is a good idea.
It's probably better than not drinking. I'd say.
Yeah.
You might be able to boil it again.
Also, like, it's like car question.
Yeah.
I haven't filled up my windscreen wiper fluid in 3 years.
So you still have it though.
It's fine.
is it still producing water?
Yeah. I think it's collecting
Have you had
rainwater or something.
services?
Yeah.
Collecting
They would have
rainwater.
probably topped up at the service.
Yeah.
Still though, like
It lasts the
Once
whole
a year,
though.
that's fine. I mean, yeah, you don't often have to top it up. Once a year would be enough.
how often do you spray?
Yeah.
You know, you're
I spray
common
enough.
sprayer.
I spray enough. There's a lot of dust in Bristol.
That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, but like maybe you could survive off your unlimited water supply.
That's what I'm thinking. It just keeps coming out of nowhere. I got
Maybe you're like there's a gap between your wiper reservoir and your fuel tank, and it's just like you're just spraying
fuel.
Can you imagine
Oh,
that?
this is a real gas guzzler. This one.
Just
God,
save
water's so
water,
dirty.
spray fuel.
Not using on my electric anymore. I may as well just spray it
Yeah.
all over me.
Mad Max got one thing right. It was that there would be much more of an abundance of petrochemical products than water in the future. So you laugh now, but also the fuel would be great at breaking down ice. Like,
have you seen the new tech for electric cars?
no.
Solid batteries,
Solid state? Yeah, solid state batteries have been around for, well, the idea of solid state batteries.
They're getting to a point now
What do
where
you mean solid state batteries?
so basically they don't have liquid in them like lithium,
Yeah, they don't require that as a.
Right.
and apparently they're lighter. This is Toyota, I think, are doing a whole fleet
Wow.
as early as 2025.
Holy shit, that is soon.
I think it's Toyota, it might be Hyundai. Anyway, one of those companies. And solid state batteries have got to the point now where it's lighter, can charge a full battery in
Really
10
quick.
minutes,
Yeah,
maybe less than that.
yeah.
And that's as good as like the top of the line lithium battery. I think it's one of them that's Mercedes or something like that, where it's like basically a blob because it's like perfectly aerodynamic and
Right,
stuff. And it's
yeah,
got
yeah.
the biggest battery known to mankind
Right.
of lithium underneath it.
Yeah, they
And
can
that's got,
custom.
like,
They custom make cells like to shape.
it's got a crazy range of like 400, 500 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, the solid state batteries that are going to be like the bare minimum have that range, half the weight, and charge in 10 minutes,
That's awesome. Well,
and aren't exploding because it's solid state.
Wait, so they're not just using a bunch of battery packs they bought from Curry's?
I think
USB
they
together.
are. It's all USB.
And then just
battery
USB into the
packs.
USB into the next one. There's
There's daisy chain.
chains,
Daisy chain.
and then you
And then
drive.
the fucking giant amount of amps that comes out of like one connector that instantly melts.
Yeah.
Oh, my USB's melted again.
Ah, which one is it?
Fuck.
The one in the middle, underneath all those other ones.
Apparently, they've been working on this tech for like 10 years or something, and they've got it to the point now where it's commercially viable, and it's trying to get it cheaper.
You can't top the good old fashioned AA though, can you? Just can't top it.
Love it.
Just can't top it. It's like
Love
when
it.
people say like, "Oh, I just can't beat a full English, can you?" It's just like, well, it's probably quite nuanced. The problem,
Depends on
you can't
what
beat
you're
it.
used to eating,
No, you
I
can't
suppose.
beat it. You can't
Or
beat
if you
it.
love a quiche over a full English
Who the
breakfast.
fuck's gonna have a quiche over a full English
I
breakfast?
don't know.
You can't top a full English breakfast.
You can't top a full English.
You can't. No, we're trying, but we can't. It's impossible.
That's
The
fair
best
enough,
quiche
yeah.
I've ever eaten does not top a lot of things. To be honest, not a big
I don't
quiche
like
guy.
quiche.
Not a big quiche guy.
I don't know why I said
I
it.
love quiche.
Do you?
Well, you can have ours.
I want the full English like everyone else. Nothing's better.
Higher than the quiche.
I think that's
fair
all
enough.
for today.
Yeah.
I'm
Enjoy
just
a
hungry
quiche.
now.
He wants a quiche.
Just want a quiche warmed up a little bit, but I can eat it cold.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, just to let you know that.
No, that's normal.
Hey, if you want to let us know via email how you would eat your quiche, or would you rather have
I'd have a nice
Full
quiche
English.
with a nice glass of radiator water.
send that to hatfilms or hatchat@hat-films.com, along with fingles and hypotheticals and funny news.
And the latest solid state battery technology, please.
Please keep
Actually,
us up to
can someone
date.
just send us a podcast? It can be you.
Ready-made.
Ready-made. Send it to hat-films.com, and we'll just play it. We'll
Yeah.
sit here and listen to it.
Could you make our voices in AI?
Between 45 and an hour.
You have to sound a lot like us, or
it's
use
just
AI.
going to be you doing a podcast on your own with your own hypothetical, and then we'll play it out loud.
Yeah.
And that'll be the
That's
podcast,
pretty much
the
the
entire podcast.
I'd love to do that, but I knew they wouldn't all suck.
Should we try and figure out if we can do AI on our own voices yet?
Yeah.
That's
And
absolutely
then
possible.
just get
You just
ChatGPT
gotta
to
train.
read
Day
out.
off, cheeky day off.
We'd be like, ChatGPT, do a podcast, and then leave.
Yeah, we absolutely do that.
I'd like to see if it could. People were fucking raving about ChatGPT so much that it could just fucking suck them off and stuff. I can't get it to do that. I was like, how is this going to work? ChatGPT.
It's all about how you search.
Tell me.
Yeah.
It's like the old school era of search engines before they got smart enough to understand sentences and stuff. It's
Yeah.
that early stage where you have to know how to work it.
Know how to put it in, how to feed the beast.
Talking of feeding the beast,
Yep.
thanks to our supporters like Patreon, YouTube members, Twitch subscribers. You all contribute to allowing us to eventually take over our jobs for AI so that we can live on that bed of money you're providing us every month. And in return, we give you the ad-free podcast, which is, I think, probably one of the biggest gifts you can really give a human being.
Jesus. All right,
and
that's good.
also the ability to vote on the hypotheticals, which again is so democratic of us, and we have such a nice, generous, giving attitude that you're welcome for that. And yeah, thanks for supporting us. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next week for more Hat Chat.
Bye-bye.
It might be AI.
It could be.
You won't know. Fingers
know.
crossed.
It's going to be that good.
You won't even know. See ya.
Bye.